Have you ever wondered what really happens in those moments when people come face to face with death, but return with stories that defy everything we think we know? Stories of slipping out of the body, meeting beings of light, life reviews that feel more real than life itself, or encountering a love so profound it permanently transforms them. Today, we're diving into near-death experiences, not as something distant or abstract, but as a phenomenon reported by millions across cultures, languages, religions, and even by people with no belief in the afterlife at all. And what's most fascinating? These experiences tend to follow the same patterns. Let's explore why. Part 1. What actually is an NDE? A near-death experience occurs when someone is clinically close to death or believed to be dead, and yet remains conscious in a way that seems impossible. Many happen during cardiac arrest, severe trauma, drowning, surgical procedures, or moments of extreme crisis. But the key is this: brain activity is often flat or severely reduced during these moments, and yet people return with memories, vivid, coherent, structured memories that profoundly shape their lives. NDEs often lead to reduced fear of death, a sense of life purpose, emotional healing, spiritual awakening, and increased intuition or sensitivity. But what exactly happens during these experiences? Part 2. The common elements across NDEs. Researchers from the University of Virginia, Dr. Bruce Grayson, and the International Association for Near-Death Studies have documented consistent elements that show up again and again. Here are the core themes. The out-of-body experience. People report seeing their physical body from above, often hearing doctors speak, watching CPR, or observing events that are later verified. The tunnel or transition. A sensation of being drawn through a tunnel, corridor, or pathway towards something bright. The light. Not just a light, but a being of light, radiating intelligence, compassion, and unconditional love so powerful that people say no earthly emotion compares. Life review. Not a judgment, not punishment. A 360-degree experience where you feel your actions from the perspectives of others. A profound lesson in empathy. Meeting loved ones or guides. Many encounter deceased relatives, spiritual figures, or guides who feel deeply familiar. The barrier or choice. Many describe reaching a boundary, a river, gate, line, horizon, and being told, you must go back. It's not your time. A reluctant return. People often don't want to come back. They return because of unfinished purpose, loved ones, or a clear mission they feel compelled to complete. These themes are so universal, they appear in cultures around the world, even in people who had never heard of NDEs before their own. Part 3. 3 fascinating NDE case stories. Let's explore a few powerful cases that helped shape the modern understanding of NDEs. Case 1. The Pam Reynolds surgery, one of the most documented NDEs ever. In the early 1990s, Pam Reynolds underwent a rare brain surgery where her body temperature was lowered to 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Her heartbeat and breathing were stopped, and brain activity went flat, with literally no measurable function. Yet, she reported floating above her body, watching the surgical team work, and accurately describing the sounds of the saw, the shape of the other surgical instruments, conversations between doctors, and details she couldn't have seen, heard, or known about. Her experience included traveling through a tunnel, meeting deceased relatives, and being told she had to return. Her case remains one of the strongest scientific puzzles in the study of consciousness. Case 2, the blind woman who saw for the first time. Known as Vicky's story, this woman was blind since birth, no visual memory at all. During her NDE, she reported seeing for the first time colors, people, her own body, and the hospital room. When she returned, she described visuals she had no physical ability to perceive. This case is one of many in which congenitally blind individuals report sight during NDEs, suggesting consciousness may not depend entirely on the physical senses. Case 3, the life review that changed a criminal. A man named Daniel, serving time in prison, clinically died during a drug overdose. In his NDE, he experienced a life review where he felt, not saw, the impact of his crimes on others. The fear, the pain, the ripple effects. When he revived, he completely changed his life. I didn't meet punishment. I met pure truth, he said. He became an advocate for rehabilitation and emotional healing. NDEs often lead to radical transformation, kindness, compassion, and service, regardless of belief or background. Part 4. What does science say? Scientists fall into two categories with NDEs. The material explanation. Some researchers propose hallucinations, oxygen deprivation, neurochemical release, and dreamlike brain activity as a possible cause for the experiences. But these explanations struggle when the brain is flatline, when memories are coherent and feel more real than this life, when details are later verified, when blind people report visual perception, and when children report elements they couldn't have known. The consciousness first theory is an alternative explanation. Other researchers suggest that consciousness may continue beyond the physical brain, much like a signal persists even if a radio receiver is damaged. In other words, the brain may receive consciousness, not produce it. NDEs are one of the strongest pieces of evidence supporting this idea. Part 5. What do NDEs teach us? Across thousands of accounts, people come back with remarkably similar messages. We are loved more than we know. Life has a purpose. We are all connected. Kindness matters deeply, more than anything else. Fear dissolves when we remember who we really are. Death is not the end. And maybe the most powerful message of all, you don't have to die to awaken. Closing thoughts. Whether you see NDEs as spiritual experiences, neurological mysteries, or something in between, they invite us to ask deeper questions about who we are and what consciousness really is. And maybe, just maybe, NDEs aren't a glimpse of death, but a reminder of what it means to truly live. What part of near-death experiences fascinates you the most? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts and your own experiences if you've had them.